As we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Happy Friday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. What's going on, folks? This is the show where what is the conspiracy? The news is the conspiracy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And what does that mean? Well, that means that, of course, we're being fooled. We're being had. It means the information that comes out is spun, twisted, redacted, left, well, just kind of dangling in the wind for us to figure things out because, of course, they're lying to us. And not only are they lying to us, it's becoming more and more prevalent. I mean, all you have to do is turn on the news and pay attention to anything, almost anything. You pay attention to what's going on out there, and you'll see it's a whole lot of lying and a whole lot of fooling us. And like I said, in the post-truth realm or the post-truth world that we live in, it takes a little bit more discernment to try and determine what's actually happening out there. And as you guys know, I'm not the truth teller, as it were. I'm not here to try and make you believe this or that or the other thing. I kind of don't care, honestly. I mean, you do you. We all have our own lived experiences and reasons for the things we believe. And that's okay. But the point being is that we can still agree or disagree on things and still get together and talk about the news, talk about all the rest of this stuff because it needs to be discussed. Somebody needs to bring this up. It's really the elephant in the room is the media and mass media brainwash and all the rest of this. So anyway, that's what this show's about. It's about looking at news cycles. It's about talking about real news, things that actually should be on the top of our mind instead of all this political poofling and back and forth, which I really hate. But what can you do, right? Like I said, I was part of that too. Like I got a little politically engaged and thought I was super right about everything. I was flinging poo at family members, and they were doing it back, and it was stupid. I was like, what? And then eventually you snap out of it, right? Like you regain your senses, and hopefully that this type of environment here and looking at the news the way news should be will also help some people out there maybe snap out of the same sort of brainwash that's going on out there. So that's what's going on with this. And this show actually spawned out of another show we do called Troubled Minds Radio. And that's the weird show. That's the one we do at night, 7 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Thursday. And we talk about all the weird things over there, including, you got it, aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal, and all the rest of that. So just letting you know that that's where this show came from. And we used to do a news segment on that show, and now it's become, its own show because there's just too much news. So we do this show on Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on Twitch, and then a day or so later it gets cut up into a podcast. So, again, you can follow all this stuff on the podcast feed. Just go to troubledminds.org. That's the official website of this show and the other. And of course, you can follow the podcast there. That's probably the easiest way because everything's in one spot. And if you listen to the podcast, we get paid a few cents every time you do. So that if you want to help the show out, that's the most obvious and easiest way to do it. But okay, here we go. As you know, this show is live. We always do these things live because number one, it's part of the transparency process, meaning that if you think I'm full of crap or you think I'm off the rails or whatever's going on, you can call in and be part of the show today, right now, in real time, and be part of this. So if you want to do that, the phone number is right there, 702-957-1037. That is a Las Vegas area code. That's where we're streaming from, where we're broadcasting from, as it were. And and troubledminds.org is the official website. You can find the phone number right on top of the website, as well as the Discord link. We have a Discord server running, and if you want to be part of that, super simple. Click the Discord link. It'll give you an invite, and Discord is a chat client, a voice client, and there's lots of folks, lots of smart people in Discord sharing things literally every single day. So almost 24 hours a day even. So come say hi if you have not joined the Discord yet. Lots of smart people over there. So come do that, and let's do it. Let's roll with the news. All right. Let us begin, shall we? Let's start here. This is by I didn't know this was a website, but I guess everything's a weird website these days. But this one's called Tweaktown. Yeah, that's right, Tweaktown. NASA will attempt to deflect an asteroid. Impact to happen next fall. Weird. With all the clickbait media where they're like, oh no, we're going to get hit by an asteroid. You think that this would be, front and center on all the tabloids, right? Again, tweaktown.com is reporting this. Here we go. NASA is going to attempt to deflect an asteroid with something the space agency has been working on for more than 2 years. Yeah. NASA calls it the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, D-A-R-T for short. And the mission involves NASA launching a spacecraft that will rocket towards the Didymos, D-I-D-Y-M-O-S, binary asteroid and collide with it. Let's find out how to actually say that word. I like to, if I can pronounce things properly, but if I can't, well, screw it. But here we go. We have Microsoft Mike helping us out. Let's see.
DART for short, and the mission involves NASA launching a spacecraft that will rocket towards the Didymos binary asteroid and collide with it.
Didymos binary asteroid and collide with it. And now I know how to say it. Thank you, my lovely assistant, Microsoft Mike. It continues. So NASA wants to test the impact of the spacecraft colliding with the asteroid, and will it be enough to alter its course? It should be noted that the asteroid doesn't currently pose any threat to Earth, and that NASA is purely conducting this mission for research purposes. Okay. All right. So remember, we've had these talking heads, Michio Kaku and guys like this, right? These astrophysicists and these guys that are in the know, that understand the way physics works and all this other stuff, right? So they've said that we need, a dozen years or 10 years or 15 years or something like this to be able to avoid a catastrophic collision with an asteroid or a comet or something to that effect, right? So here, oddly enough, well, they've been working on this for more than 2 years, and they're getting ready to launch this sucker. So how does that jive? I mean, let's say this works, then maybe we don't have to wait. If it sneaks up on us, maybe we can do it in 6 months. There you go. What's up, Matt says? Call Bruce Willis. Exactly, right? So according to NASA's latest update on DART, the spacecraft recently received solar arrays that will be a core component to getting the spacecraft all the way to the Didymos asteroid system. The spacecraft will travel for 10 months to reach the asteroid system and will launch aboard SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket this November. When the spacecraft collides with the asteroid, it will be traveling around 15,000 miles per hour, and NASA will have Earth-based telescopes aimed at the asteroid for clear observation. And there you go. So interesting, notable that it seems like maybe if this works, then it seems like maybe this has been figured out, right? And that's a good thing. This is a very good thing. And this is what I'm saying, right? Like, this is the type of thing that could be, what would you say? Like, future, literally changing the possible future of an asteroid impact. If this works and we can get this stuff up in the air now, and, they've been working on it for more than 2 years. It's going to launch this November. It's going to take 10 months to get there, right? That shortens the window quite a bit from the, Michio Kaku guys and what's the guy, Neil deGrasse Tyson, that say we're going to need like 10 years lead time to knock an asteroid or a comet off of a collision course with Earth. But this, in turn, is not really that, is it? It's, it is that same technology. They're going to hit it with a rocket. Kind of like I always said, if you're trying to redirect something that kind of doesn't really have like a direct gravitational pull other than something very light like the sun from way out there. If you bump it, it should be super easy to just knock it off course, right? If you knock the thing off course, then well, we win. It's a victory, right? So I don't know, like this is the type of stuff that I thought it shouldn't really be that difficult. You just hit it with something, right? Send something out there, bump it, you bump it enough, and it knocks it off course, and bam, Earth is saved. So we'll see. I mean, again, this is going to be like a 10-month thing, so they're going to launch in November. So we'll know sometime in the middle of next year of if this was successful or not. And this ought to be pretty hot to follow this as it happens, right? But it is notably launching with the Falcon 9 rockets, which of course is Elon Musk and his outfit, right? Yeah, so this is happening. They're gonna try to actually deflect an asteroid. So let's see. Cross your fingers. If this works, well, then maybe we're closer to being on track with this type of stuff than we thought we were. So okay, let us continue, shall we? Did I link that one? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, let us continue. Let's move on to CNN, the most trusted source in news. There we go. All right. So a new clue emerges of what may lie beneath the Martian South Pole. All right. Now, this in particular, well, we've long speculated on this show that there's probably life on Mars now, whether it's underneath the crust or in these lakes or what have you, right? Like we always say, extremophiles on Earth. I think it's probably not too far off the beaten path to expect life on Mars currently, at least microbial, right? So anyway, here we go. So here's what they say from this article. The frigid Martian poles have long fascinated scientists, not just because of their ice caps, but for the potential of what may exist underneath them. While there are currently no missions dedicated to exploring the poles on Mars, the fleet of orbiters around the red planet have been able to capture images and radar data that provide intriguing peeks beneath the surface. Data from a radar instrument of the European Space Agency's Mars Express orbiter suggested in 2018 that there may be deep subsurface lakes beneath the Martian South Pole's ice cap. The search for the water on Mars is intrinsically linked with the search for life on another planet. The surface of Mars was once warmer and wetter billions of years ago, but now it's a frozen desert that won't allow for the stable presence of liquid bodies of water. Subsurface water on Mars may have provided a hub for microbial life in the past, and now, if it exists. That is why the 2018 result was so appealing. New research released this year, however, suggests that the bright radar signals from beneath the ice cap weren't a sign of liquid water. Instead, those signals may belong to clays, right? So yeah, interestingly, we'll see what's actually going to happen with this. But so new data suggests, does not mean this is the truth. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna as they continue pulling interesting data out of these orbiters and new imaging of Mars and the rest of the stuff. We'll find out what's going on here. But yeah. So here we go. Why should we care about clay on Mars? It says it may be the key to unlocking the planet's mysterious history, and it's a big part of NASA Perseverance rover mission, which is investigating an ancient lake bed and river delta for evidence of past microbial life, if it ever existed on the red planet. So there it is. So as they're collecting more and more data from Mars, I think it's fascinating as hell because it paints a larger picture of life in the universe, does it not? The second you get confirmation of microbial life on Mars, then that's it. That's a wrap, isn't it? Then all hell breaks loose and everybody stops paying taxes and going to church, right? Isn't that what they're telling us? That's what we're expected to believe. Well, I mean, let's be real. No, probably not. Maybe you get more people going to church after that. You never know. I'm not sure about more people paying taxes, but yeah, anyway, I digress. Don't get me started on taxes. You know me. All right. TheHill.com. Yeah, reports this. This is good stuff, right? Nothing like putting people on government lists. But here we go. Researchers identify key QAnon influencer, Ghost Ezra. Ghost Ezra. Sounds dangerous, doesn't he? Or she, or whatever it is. Researchers at the intelligence firm Logically have identified, that's the name of the firm, Logically, have identified a key member of the QAnon community who used his significant platform to spread anti-Semitic conspiracies. Oh, I see. So now Q is just the entire thing is anti-Semitic. Got it. In a new report released Friday, the researchers identified the person behind Ghost Ezra as Robert Smart of Boca Raton, Florida. Now, again, I'm not saying that this guy may or may not have spread anti-Semitic conspiracies, but I'm saying, notice how they word this just perfectly so that you're like, oh, I get it. Now, the Q movement's an anti-Semitic thing. That's why everybody hates it. I'm not so sure that's the truth. Anyway, Ghost Ezra has recently emerged as one of the most influential figures in far-right online spaces, amassing well over 300,000 Telegram channel subscribers since the beginning of the year. The channel frequently spars with other QAnon influencers, something that has distinguished it from the other voices trying to fill the void left when the shadowy figure Q stopped posting on image boards last fall. Quote, like with all movements, you are going to see factionalism once the main leader goes away, and the fault lines of this factionalism usually have to do with purity. Who is this? Amarnarth Amarciam. Holy crap. Look at this guy's name. Are you kidding me? Is this a real name? Yeah, I think we have to invoke Microsoft Mike one more time. Check this out. This is this dude's name. I'm not even kidding. What the hell?
Amarnath Amarasingam, assistant professor in the School of Religion at Queen's University, said in
Amarnath Amarasingam. Holy smokes. All right, anyway. Now we know. Now we know how to say it. Anyway, that guy with the long name said, assistant professor in the School of Religion at Queen's University said in the report, Ghost Ezra routinely criticizes other influencers as basically sellouts, as not true to the heart of the movement. And isn't that the way it goes? I mean, isn't that what the media does? Isn't that what everybody does? Isn't that politics? Isn't that everything? So it's not really notable, in my opinion, that you're going to get Q people like quibbling about details. Of course. You like the chunk yogurt? There you go. Of course. Big deal. Ghost Ezra has used his platform to spread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that Jewish people control the media and banking, as well as outright neo-Nazi propaganda. The account also shares unsubstantiated theories about President Biden being dead, the 2020 election, and coronavirus. Oh, weird. Researchers identified Smart as the individual behind Ghost Ezra using images taken from Telegram that led to Google and Yelp review accounts and in turn an email address. And there you go. Right? He's outed. They know who this guy is. They're on to him. So what are they going to do? They're going to arrest this guy? What's going on now? Let's see what happens with this, because if he's a key QAnon influencer, as they suggest, then that, haven't they been banging the war drum for, I don't know, how long now? Several months? Let's see, since just about, I'm going to just pick a day out of the ether. How about January 6th? Since January 6th, they've been trying to paint anybody that doesn't buy into their, Biden doctrine, whatever that happens to be, because it's pretty milquetoast boring, because, well, I'll let you figure that out. But point being is that they've been trying to paint folks like this as a terrorist. Am I right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. So let's see. Let's see what happens. If they arrest this dude, we got major problems, don't we? We got major problems for, and again, like I said, if this guy's spitting anti-Semitic stuff, it's disgusting. And why? I don't want to be a part of that. But, however, like I always say, we should have the right to be wrong. And that's part of the First Amendment. It's part of freedom of speech. It's part of the entire reason why the United States is different from other parts of the world. And, like I said, go ahead and check out what's happened in Afghanistan if you don't believe me. Speak out against the Taliban and see what happens to you. That's my point. All right. So anyway, we'll see what happens with this if they arrest this guy and see what charges he's brought up on. More problems, bigger problems. All right. Here we go. Actually, as we keep on trucking, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, which is you. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. All right, there we go. And Robert's got it right here. He says, Robert in the chat says, he can say the earth is square or anything else, but being an idiot is not a crime. Nothing to arrest him for. And that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. We are allowed to be idiots if that's what we so choose to be. All right, let us continue with this. This is from livescience.com, and here we go. What's up, guys? I see you in the chat. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being enthusiastic about the show. We have Rockfin. Looks like it's the actual, just a quick announcement on that. Speaking of Robert, who actually wrote a nice email and got us in. 6 months ago, I wrote an email to Rockfin, and they said, thanks, but no thanks. We don't want you. And then now Robert writes a nice email, and they were very nice, and they were like, oh, we love the work you're doing. We'd love to have you on Rockfin. Weird how that works. But so we should hopefully launch this weekend. We'll see. We'll see it as soon as they put the channel live. I'll let you guys know. I've already linked it in Discord. So let's see. I can link it here as well if you guys want to follow there. And what's happening with that is we'll see. I may actually start streaming there instead of Facebook, because Facebook are a bunch of assholes. And again, 42,000 follows on the one page. We get like 10 people watching the streams. Figure that out, right? Like mathematically, that seems impossible to me. But, well, if they limit the reach of the things we're doing intentionally with their crappy algorithms, then that's where we stand. So if Facebook wants to play games, I can also play games, Facebook. Cheers. It's on, buddy. All right, let's go to Live Science here. Now, this is from, let's see, Antarctica's Doomsday Glacier is fighting an invisible battle against the inner Earth, new study finds. Uh-oh. Underground heat is cooking the Thwaites Glacier from below and could push it closer to collapse. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. West Antarctica is one of the fastest warming regions on Earth. For evidence, you need to look no further than the Thwaites Glacier, also known as the Doomsday Glacier. Oh, Doomsday. Haven't they been saying this MFR was going to melt and be like nothing for like years? Like, I think it's overdue. I think it's past. I think this should have already fallen into the ocean and flooded Manhattan, right? This is what they keep telling us. Anyway, since the 1980s, Thwaites has lost an estimated 595 billion tons of ice, single-handedly contributing to 4% to the annual global sea level rise during that time, Live Science has previously reported. The glacier's rate of ice loss has accelerated substantially in the past 3 decades, partially due to hidden rivers of comparatively warm seawater slicing across the glacier's underbelly, as well as unmitigated climate change warming the air and the ocean. Awesome. Now, new research suggests that the warming ocean and atmosphere aren't the only factors pushing the Thwaites to the brink. The heat of the Earth itself may also be giving West Antarctica's glaciers a disproportionately nasty kick. Oh, so again, like I always like to say, and this is true, this is absolutely true. So you mean there are things in your climate models that you can't account for because you don't know them yet? Yeah, that's right. It says it right here. They're not going to frame it that way because they want you to believe the doomsday is coming, right? So you can vote for whoever the hell you're supposed to vote for. Anyway, in a study published in the Communications Earth and Environment, researchers analyzed geomagnetic field data from West Antarctica to create new maps of geothermal heat flow in the region, essentially maps showing how much heat from Earth's interior is rising up to warm the South Pole. Weird, right? I think that's weird. That's super weird. The researchers found that the crust between West Antarctica is considerably thinner than East Antarctica, roughly 10 to 15 miles thick in the west compared with about 25 miles thick in the east, exposing Thwaites Glacier to considerably more geothermal heat than glaciers on the other side of the continent. All right, so how does that actually change our doomsday predictions? Does anybody know? Well, no, because this is going to just disappear. This was written by Brandon Spector 6 hours ago, and nobody will talk about this and how, it's things like this that make the climate. It's the same reason all these climate models for the past 20 years have been absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. And hold on, I got an example of that. I've got a perfect example of that. I always say this, right? Well, I'm going to bring the receipts this time. Right here in the Discord, I posted this just a few days ago, and this is absolutely true. You guys will have a hard time believing this because it seems unbelievable. Here you go. Here is an article by The Guardian. Yeah, The Guardian, and yes, you better believe it. It says right here, this article is more than 17 years old, all right? 17 years old. Just an example, when people are like, I have people say to me, Mike, it's pretty irresponsible of you as an influencer to do things like this and talk about climate change the way you do. Oh, is it? Is it? It's irresponsible of me to point out the flaws in their computer models? Well, let's check this out. This article is more than 17 years old. Headline is this. Now the Pentagon tells Bush, right, President Bush way back when, climate change will destroy us. Yep. Secret report warns rioting and nuclear war. Britain will be Siberian in less than 20 years. Threat to the world is greater than terrorism. Right, there you go. A secret report repressed by the U.S. defense chiefs and obtained by The Observer warns that major European cities will be sunk beneath rising seas as Britain is plunged into a Siberian climate by 2020. Aww. Wah, wah, wah. Wait, so what happened? What happened? What happened? What's going on here? I don't even know. No. Well, okay. Yeah, they were wrong. Not only wrong, so again, right? So what's more irresponsible? Me saying, come on, guys, these computer models are probably messed up, or shit like this? Shit like this. You tell me. This is irresponsible as hell. This is not okay. And this is the type of stuff they keep stuffing down our throat, trying to, again, fear-mongering. More fear, more fear, more fear, more fear. Yeah. So by 2020, well, let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. Straight from The Guardian. The Guardian's a bunch of jerks anyway. Get stuff wrong all the time. But it's propaganda. Let me read that one more time. A secret report suppressed by U.S. defense chiefs and obtained by The Observer warns that major European cities will be sunk beneath rising seas as Britain is plunged into a Siberian climate by 2020. Nuclear conflict, mega droughts, famine, and widespread rioting will erupt across the world. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, let us continue, shall we? Yeah. See? And this is why, right? This is why they wonder why people are suspicious of the media, because they say shit like that. Actually, let me link that one as well if you guys want to check it out. Yeah. 17-year-old article saying that the United Kingdom will be Siberia by the year 2020. Well, guess what? It's 2021. Anybody out there live in the UK that can confirm or deny that that the UK is like Siberia? Yeah, of course not, because it isn't. Get out of here. All right, let's see. There you go. Robert says, now, maybe the climate computer was just off by a couple years. Or maybe it was off by a couple 100 years. Right? How do we know? How do we know? Anyway, TheVerge.com. eBay cyber stalking conspirator sentenced to 18 months in prison. Have you guys heard this story? This is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely, like literally punch yourself in the face bad. Check this out. I read the whole thing on this, and it's pretty horrifying, right? All right, so a judge called the case just nuts. Yeah, it is. A former eBay security manager, Philip Cook, has been sentenced to 18 months in prison for his role in an intense stalking campaign against a pair of eBay critics. Yeah, that's right. A Massachusetts judge issued the sentence 9 months after Cook pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit cyber stalking and conspiracy to tamper with witnesses. businesses. He's the first of 7 former eBay employees to be sentenced after the Justice Department revealed the scheme last year. In comments reported by Bloomberg, U.S. District Judge Allison Burroughs called the case, which saw eBay employees harassing husband and wife publishing team Ina and David Steiner with a funeral wreath, live cockroaches, and a bloody-faced pig mask. Just nuts. Okay, now the cliff notes of this story is this. Now, if anybody knows eBay, I'm a little familiar with eBay because I've done some e-commerce and sold on eBay. And in the last several years, they've changed their business model. They want to be more like Amazon and less like the old school, right? Sell off your, are you not using stuff in your house? We'll sell it on eBay. They don't want those people anymore. They want power sellers, which is what they call them. They want people that are very much like Amazon sellers. They want to put them, basically they just want to compete with Amazon. They want to be like just a larger distributor, more in line with the business, not the amateur sellers, because of course there's more money to be made that way. So the way you do that if you're eBay is you change your business model and you change your terms of service and your rules so they favor those larger businesses and not the smaller creator. So the smaller creators on eBay were getting kicked off because the fees became higher and higher, and if you were just selling a thing or two per year or whatever, it was not feasible anymore because the fees were ridiculous. Yeah, see? What's up, 40s AM knows that eBay has been going downhill for years. Which is true. And so they were actually, as a result, right, they were changing their policies, running off all their small sellers, even though, that's really what created eBay, right? So that you have a lot of people who've been selling things on eBay for years, literally years, maybe 10 years or 15 years or however long it's been around. And now those people are being running off of the platform because the fees and stuff are just way too high. So anyway, these nice folks in the article, there's a couple of them that had a blog about eBay stuff. And so they were writing about the actual, the changes in these policies and kind of shitting on it, saying, well, this isn't fair. There have been people, selling, like I just said, for years, and they're just literally just running them off with these poor policies. And they had a big mailing list and some reach, and, so eBay caught wind of this and didn't like that these just two random people with like a blog and a mailing list were talking crap about eBay's policies, even though the criticism was legitimate. So eBay, what do? They start a cyber stalking campaign against these two people. Send them again, like it said, like straight up bonkers. Here we go. So they sent them a funeral wreath with the husband's name on it. Okay. They sent a box of live cockroaches to their house. They sent a bloody-faced pig mask. They started following them around town, harassing them with like you would expect the CIA, right? Like driving like dark SUVs with tinted out windows. And literally these were eBay employees that were flown out from the eBay headquarters to where these people lived. Can you believe this shit? And then, right? So then these people are freaked out because they think that they think it's like the CIA or like some foreign intelligence agency that's onto them, and they think their life is really in danger. And it wasn't, of course. It was just a harassment campaign to make them stop saying bad things about eBay. All right, and this was put in place by this person. Former eBay security manager Philip Cook. This guy was the one who he flew employees out, had them stay in a hotel in the town where these people lived, so this group of eBay employees could harass these people to make them stop writing bad things about eBay. Again, right? Like, this is shit you can't even make up. That's how nuts this is. But anyway, so these folks, going to jail, all this other stuff. Fine, good, book them. But what the... Right, WTF. I'll just leave it there. WTF. What's going on? Like, if you hadn't heard this story, now you've heard it. And like I always say, this is the world we live in. And if you think you're not going to get people's attention eventually, you are. And this is the type of shit they'll go to. Like, they'll go to these extremes to try and take you down. And it's not good. It's not okay. All right, let's see. What's up, Gibby says, OnlyFans isn't going to allow sexual content anymore. Can you believe that? Can you believe this is the world we live in, guys? If you can't get your sexual content on OnlyFans, where the hell can you get it anymore? The world is a-changing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's take a quick break. This is a Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. And as you know, the world is in a bizarre state of upside down. And so we're going to keep talking about it because somebody needs to. And yeah, there we go. So after the eBay scandal, let's go to Newsweek. Yeah, why not? Remember Newsweek, if you've been paying attention to the other show, Newsweek, who would cover the TikTok time travelers, but not the alien press conference that happened in Washington, D.C. Oddly enough, we're going to talk about this. Newsweek.com says this. I want to believe. Growing number think some UFOs are alien spacecraft. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Yeah. Are we alone in the universe? Let's go with a solid maybe. Humanity has long wrangled with that question, and new polling suggests a growing number of people think we might not be. Gallup polling conducted July 6th to 21st asked respondents which came closer to their view. Some UFOs have been alien spacecraft visiting Earth from other planets or galaxies, or all UFO sightings can be explained by human activity on Earth or natural phenomena. The most common response was that they could all be explained by human activity or natural phenomena, with 50% of those asked opting for that response. All right, so 50%. Then, around 2/5, 41%, said some UFOs had been alien spacecraft. The percentage is up from a polling conducted in August 2019, in which 33% said some UFOs were alien spacecraft. All right, up from 33% to 41%. We're making some headway then, right? Like people are hearing that mankind is not the center of the universe, which is the most absurd thing, right, ever posited. But, well, what are we going to do? So we're making some headway here. I don't know if it has anything to do with us. Maybe we'll take like 0.1% credit for maybe some of that, right? Us in this community here, just putting the word out because, well, surely there's got to be some life out there somewhere, right? What it is, I don't know. I'm not trying to make these ridiculous claims like the rest of these ridiculous press people are. But anyway, interestingly, the 2021 polling was conducted around among 1,007 U.S. adults, and the results have a margin of error of plus or minus 4 percentage points. So there you go. There you go. What do you guys think? Newsweek and the rest of this stuff? I don't know. Let's see. You guys in the chat. What you guys in the chat? Yeah, I don't know. All right, here we go. There's more. Speaking of the bizarre world we live in, check this out. And speaking of estranged wives in the chat, Google. This is from the New York Post. Google founder, quote, founder, admits he created revenge site against estranged wife. In 2018, Google shirked off its unofficial motto, "Don't be evil." Maybe that was a sign. Scott Hassan, age 51, who wrote much of the original code that powers the search giant, is embroiled in a nasty divorce battle that has raged for 7 years and involves millions of dollars, claims of treating his children unfairly, and even a shocking online revenge campaign. His ex-wife, Allison Hoon, a senior research fellow at Stanford University's robotics laboratory, claims Hassan is withholding a fortune that her attorney claims she is legally entitled to. In 2018, the couple's estate was valued at $1.8 billion, and Hassan wanted to give her a minuscule fraction. Hune's attorney, Pierce O'Donnell, claimed in a statement to the Post, quote, his court position is that she gets nothing. Zero, zip, nada. Every settlement conference, he's reduced his offer. I haven't seen that in my 45-year-long career. He's trying to pull off the ultimate dirty trick on his wife and 3 teenage children. Hassan told the Post that suggestions that he doesn't want to give his ex and children any assets are not accurate. Typo, give her his ex. Give her his ex. See, right? Typos. Even the New York Post screws up. Well, that doesn't surprise anybody, but there's your typo right there. A genius at robotics, Hassan is characterized as a high-tech Dr. Doolittle who can talk to computers. Although he was never an employee of Google, Hassan's remarkable early contributions mean he is known as the company's unofficial third founder, along with Sergey Brin and Larry Page. Before he and Hune wed in 2001, he obtained the right to cheaply purchase shares in the company, which today would be worth billions of dollars. Yeah, there we go. But as divorce settlements proceedings are scheduled to start Monday, Hassan is embroiled in a much less prestigious online endeavor. After being accused by his ex, he has admitted to launching the site AllisonHugh.com earlier this year, seeding it with links to positive articles about his ex. Positive articles written about his ex, but also links to court documents from 3 embarrassing lawsuits that involve her. All right, there we go. Let's go to the website. Oh, it's been taken down. All right. Anyway, you get the point here. What's going on with this? This is what I'm saying, right? This is the world we live in. And what can you do? Like I said, these types of things are, people are dirty, right? People are scheming and mischievous, and they're again, right? This eBay scandal. Now this is the type of stuff that goes on. Like I said, you think eventually they're not going to try and come for this, for troubled minds? Of course they are. Once somebody catches wind that there's a movement out there trying to unravel the BS media, right? At least in small amounts, you better believe you'll become a target, and that's what's going on. So, like I said, I fully expected at some point for them to not treat us fairly, and it is what it is. We'll cross that bridge when it comes, and hopefully just fly under the radar until then. But okay, let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. What's up? There are typos in Stephen King books. It happens, unfortunately. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's kind of my point. Okay, so anyway, we are talking about this stuff, and including you, if you guys want to be part of the show. It's as simple as that. Just give us a call at this right here, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037, and we'll put you on the show. You can also join the Discord. And there you go. There you go. 1 second. Getting a message here. Let's see. All right. Let's do that. Okay. So let us continue, shall we? Let's keep on trucking. And let's go to this. This is from the BBC. The BBC. One of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. Okay, this is an immense mystery older than Stonehenge. Anybody watch or listen to Jimmy Church? Jimmy Church radio. He's like a kind of troubled minds-ish, but not as good. See what I did there? But he does 4 nights a week. He does Monday through Thursday. He's in the same time slot as Troubled Minds, and he's kind of paranormal radio. But he's in the club. He's one of those guys that he's like in the George Knapp Club. These guys that back each other up, whether there's plot holes in the stories or not. He's one of those guys. So there we go. There you go. So anyway, point being, he always it's kind of like a statement he makes. He goes, "Gobekli Tepe," right? If you guys are, what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll laugh and it's funny. But if you don't, you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Anyway, reshaping previous ideas on the story of civilization, Gobekli Tepe in Turkey was built by a prehistoric people 6,000 years before Stonehenge. When German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt first began excavating a Turkish mountaintop 25 years ago, he was convinced the buildings he uncovered were unusual, even unique. Atop a limestone plateau near Urfa, called Gobekli Tepe, Turkish for Belly Hill, Schmidt discovered more than 20 circular stone enclosures. The largest was 20 meters across, a circle of stone with 2 elaborately carved pillars 5.5 meters tall at its center. Anyway, point being, the structures were 11,000 years old or more, making them humanity's oldest known monumental structures. And some people, of course, this is part of the ancient astronaut theory and the rest of this, that places like Gobekli Tepe are not just 11,000 years old. They date further back than that. There you go. See, there you go. There you go. Derek's got it right in the chat. He's definitely on the team. Yeah, speaking of Jimmy Church, totally. He's actually become the ringleader of that team. And so anyway, point being, so Gobekli Tepe, there you go. There's my Jimmy Church impersonation. But he always says it right. It's kind of like, anyway, like that stuff doesn't really matter. I'm not talking about ancient astronauts, really. I'm talking about this actual fantastic, Neolithic stone site right here with all of this amazing stuff, dated to at least 11,000 years old. Okay, so like they say, 6,000 years before Stonehenge. So Anyway, I think at some point we should probably do a show on ancient civilizations again and kind of go back and look at some of these places and some of the strange things about them because, as we know, right, science doesn't know everything, and archaeology doesn't know everything because they're working with a very small data set based on all the things that may be out there. So. Yeah, anyway, so that's what this is. This is pretty good stuff. Göbekli Tepe. I thought it was fascinating because it's on BBC Travel, and it's a new article. As you know me, I like to look at our new stuff when it comes out, and this isn't necessarily new, but it is a nice, good, long article discussing the cool stuff about Göbekli Tepe. So if you're interested in this, take a look. I did link it, and there you go. So this was actually published August 16th, 2021. So there we go. All right, let's go to androidpolice.com. And this is the world we live in, right? This is the world we live in. Here's more of this. Check this out. T-Mobile's epic data breach is only sounding worse and worse. Anybody heard about this? 500 million accounts. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. Here we go. It seems like we can't go a week without hearing about another massive security breach at a mega corporation. This week's shocker comes courtesy of T-Mobile, at least according to one self-reported hacker claiming to sell the company's customer data. T-Mobile says it is investigating. Oh, investigating. Weird. The possible theft of data of over 100 million people. All right, 100 million. And that's a low estimate because, of course, PR, right? They have to say, oh, it's not as big as you think, right? And watch, this is what they're going to say. This is what they always say. Well, they did get some data, but they didn't get the user data and their addresses and social security numbers is what they're going to say. Something like that. Come on now. What hacker goes in and only gets half the data? Get out of here, people. Anyway, so if true, it would be the fourth notable data breach from T-Mobile in the last 40 years. There you go. T-Mobile's good for one a year. And let me tell you what, I hate T-Mobile because, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, let's say I had them in the past as a carrier, and they were grotesquely unfair for some things that they told me specifically was one way, but then it ended up being another way. I called them on it, and they said, too bad. And I was like, oh yeah? Canceled. Too bad for you. There you go. Yep. They can still track me down for that $300. Sorry. Go ahead. Anyway, Vice has reportedly spoken to said hacker who told the media outlet that the data includes the usual names, phone numbers, and IMEI data, but also includes some more valuable personal information. These include driver's license info, social security numbers, and personal addresses. Assuming the claim is genuine, it's a treasure trove for tools for identity theft being sold in an underground forum for a pittance at 6 untraceable Bitcoin, as little as $280,000 at today's prices. Now that's a bargain. If you're into this dark web type stuff, and you're a cyber security thief, well, that's super cheap. $280,000 for not 500. We'll say 100 million, because that's I don't even think T-Mobile has 500 million customers because, people are smarter than that. But point being, all right. So anyway, if you're into that, $280,000 for all that identity theft data, it's cheap. That's cheap, right? You can do all kinds of running amok, wreaking havoc. That's what I was trying to say. All right. Anyway, so the hacker claims that T-Mobile is aware of the theft and they no longer have access to the information, though it's reportedly saved in a local file. T-Mobile said that it's investigating the claims that have been made, but has not verified them as of yet. Right? Yeah. All right. Cool. So they're, of course, like I said, when this happens to a company, they move into the PR version of things. And what happens? Well, what happens. They start fibbing and telling half-truths, and there you go. What's up? Yeah, there you go. See, we got some people in chat that know T-Mobile service is no bueno. T-Mobile has been garbage since they stopped making the Sidekick in the early 2000s. Yeah, see? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye on this as it develops, and, maybe if you guys are in the market for, 100 million identity theft, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Let's go to SciTech Daily. and let's continue trucking. Let's keep on talking about this stuff. As you guys know, if you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. Phone number's up. Go to the website, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Get your ass in here. Come say hi. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, you are missing out. And also, if we get taken off the internet, the first place you'll hear about it is the Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord, you're definitely missing out. Not that nothing's imminent, don't worry, but eventually it will be. 702-957-1037, troubleminds.org. Okay, let's continue, shall we? This is from SciTech Daily, and yeah, this one's weird. Physicists discover new electronic phenomenon. Weird. Now, of course, I'm not smart enough to even understand what the hell this means, but it does seem spooky. Physics researchers, at the University of North Florida's Atomic Lego Lab, LEGO, discovered a new electronic phenomenon they call asymmetric ferroelectricity. The research, led by Dr. Maitra Warusawatthana, holy smokes with these names, guys, UNF physics assistant professor in collaboration with researchers at the University of Illinois and the Arizona State University, demonstrated this phenomenon for the first time in engineered two-dimensional crystals. Oh, snap. The discovery of asymmetric ferroelectricity in engineered crystals comes exactly 100 years following the discovery of ferroelectricity in certain naturally occurring crystals. Ferroelectric crystals are crystals that show two equal abistable polarization states. Is that what that says? Are now used in many high-tech applications, including solid-state memory, RFID cards, sensors, and precision actuators. Perfect, right? That's perfect that we're going to have a new way to make more super chips to put in us, in our dogs, I mean. Utilizing atomic-scale materials design, the team of researchers has demonstrated a qualitatively new phenomenon, asymmetric ferroelectricity, for the first time. These engineered crystals lead to an asymmetric bistability with two unequal stable polarization states, in contrast to a natural ferroelectric. Now, again, like I said, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a physicist. I don't know what the hell this even means, but it is, yeah, there you go. A lot of crystal stuff. Derek's got it right in the chat that we got the time crystals, we got this stuff going on, and who knows what's really happening here. I don't know. Maybe the time crystals have allowed all the rest of these things to happen as well. Cue the X-Files theme, right? All right. So anyway, this is I thought it was notable. We'll keep an eye on this, and maybe soon we will be able to do. I don't know. Maybe we'll finally get our flying cars. What do you guys think? Maybe. Hopefully. All right. Let's keep on trucking. Here's another one. This is pretty good. I posted this in the Discord. Once again, a plug for the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is from Fox News. Arnold Schwarzenegger loses corporate sponsor of bodybuilding event for dangerous anti-American comments. Yeah, that's right. Remember when I was on this very news show, I was complaining about Arnold calling his neighbors Nazis, describing January 6th as Kristallnacht, right? Remember that? The night of broken glass, when the Nazis started smashing things up and really putting the clamp down, right? But yeah, check this out. Now, so he made so he made the comparison of the Nazi and the Jews, Kristallnacht, with January 6th, all right, with the 60 people that walked into the Capitol with no weapons, by the way. So right, we have a very big difference of things happening there. So to compare one to the other is absurd. Totally absurd. And I said it then. Well, now Arnold is once again off the rails, and yeah, you know what he said? Yeah, here we go. Arnold Schwarzenegger's rant about the importance of wearing face masks has landed him in hot water. I did link this his entire tirade in the Discord if you want to go find it in there. Fox News can confirm that the former governor of California has lost a sponsor for his annual bodybuilding event known as the Arnold Classic due to controversial comments he made last week. The former governor of California riled up citizens when he called mask-averse Americans schmucks and said, "Screw your freedom," to those seeking to terminate COVID-19 mandates. Yeah, he actually said those things. I saw it, and yes, it's in the Discord. I linked it there, and I was a little bit shocked that, Arnold says that. So anyway, in a statement to Fox News on Friday, Redcon One, a sports nutrition brand, confirmed they've pulled out from Schwarzenegger's event as well as any others he's involved in. Quote, to be clear, we did not pull out of the event because of a mask issue. We understand the importance of public safety as well as the responsibilities of all event organizers. Another typo. No, maybe not. I read it wrong. These are unprecedented times, and we're aligned with public safety for all. We elected to discontinue support due to Arnold's comment, "Screw your freedom," a spokesperson for the company said. And there it is. Yeah, he said it. Screw your freedom, you schmucks. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. Cancel Arnie. What's up, Arnie? Yeah, well, don't say stupid things. And because, yeah, that was a stupid thing to say. Artificial photosynthesis technology emerging. We're about out of time. No, we're okay. We're okay. We can finish this up. All right. So Korean researchers are striving. This is from phys.org. Korean researchers are striving to turn artificial photosynthesis technology into reality to achieve carbon neutrality or accomplish a net carbon emission value of 0. Artificial photosynthesis is a technology that mimics natural photosynthesis by using the received sunlight energy to convert carbon dioxide into high-value compounds such as ethylene, methanol, and ethanol. However, economic and technical constraints have allowed the pertinent research to progress only under the laboratory conditions. This research has been classified in the fields of solar cell research and carbon dioxide conversion research. Small-scale research under the laboratory conditions on the implementation of artificial photosynthesis implies that there are still many obstacles that need to be overcome to accomplish practical applications. All right, thanks. You guys are great. So we're almost there, but we're not quite there. Yeah, there you go. Robert's got it right. I say fight for your freedom to screw your freedom. Yeah, right. Braveheart would be so upset. All right. Here we go. And let's continue. This is this again. Here's the world we live in. More of this. This is from Fox 5 Vegas. As you know, I live in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas woman spotted man in viral doorbell video given award. Yeah, there we go. Now this is fantastic. You got to see the mugshot of this guy. Oh, holy shit! What is this? An alert citizen is being recognized for protecting the community. She saw a disturbing video online, and because she paid close attention, she helped Las Vegas police crack the case. Quote, what I'm looking for is for the girl in the house to come out here because I'm going to rape her and kill her, said Christopher Sums, age 40. He was recording that into a Ring doorbell camera. The video, posted on Facebook, went viral. Karen Stewart saw that clip the morning of July 22nd, right before she went to work, and shared it on her social media account. Quote, it was meant for me to be in the lobby that day, I guess, Stewart said, while she was working in the lobby of the Clark County Marriage License Bureau at the Regional Justice Center that morning. She glanced outside while cleaning the windows. Quote, I look at the corner, and he's standing on the corner like the crosswalk. And I'm like, wait, is that the guy I seen this morning? Stewart said. Then I look at my phone. I look at him 4 times, and I went back and forth because you don't want to misidentify. And I'm like, no. That's him. And here you go. Here's the actual door ring cam of this guy doing his little speech tirade, 8:20 p.m. in the evening. And there you go. ZZ Top, maybe, right? But anyway, sick, disturbed individual. Let's see. And this is why, guys. This is why, right? What's worse, right? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. Anyway, there you go. So, terrible thing for this guy to be doing, threatening to rape and kill somebody. And anyway, so he was recognized, he was caught. And again, check out his mugshot. Check out the mugshot. Holy smackerel. You think this guy's going to reform his ways? Yeah, I think he probably needs to be on some sort of medication. Help. He needs help, right? The guy clearly needs help. Or maybe he needs to be in jail. I guess it depends, doesn't it? These things are not ever so easily determined. Yeah, all right. So let's continue. Phys.org continues. Wandering with Phys.org, one of my favorite sites. Wandering black holes. You know why? Because it's like physics and chemistry and technology and astronomy. That's why Phys.org is one of my favorite sites, because it's not politics. It's not BS, even though they sneak in some BS sometimes into these articles. For the most part, this site is clear and free of politics. So anyway, here we go. So wandering black holes. We've talked about this in the past a little bit. Every massive galaxy is believed to host a supermassive black hole at its center. Its mass is correlated with the mass of the inner regions of its host, etc., so on. But anyway, so the merger process of this whole business causes some of these black holes to launch other black holes, right? That's what this is about. So you know the gravitational signature, it works against each other, and then something slingshots out, and well, it's a small black hole. Yeah, there you go. See, 40s AM's got my number down. If you want to make Mike work more, well, you call in right now because the show's about to end. 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org, and wandering black holes. Yeah, pretty good stuff. There you go. Robert says, actually, just your typical Vegas neighbor. Not really. Not really. Yeah, Vegas is a big place, and so it's not exactly like you think. It's not like you think.
Spreaker has all the tools you need to record, manage.
Awesome. Thanks, Spreaker. You're the best. All right. So thehill.com. Let's go back to thehill.com for one final article, and then let's wrap this up. All right. Coleman, Alabama. This is a city hosting Trump rally in Alabama declares COVID-19 emergency. Interesting. Right. Yeah, okay. Coleman, Alabama on Thursday declared a COVID-19 related state of emergency ahead of a scheduled Alabama GOP rally featuring former President Trump on Saturday as Alabama struggles with a surge in new infections and a shortage of hospital beds. The state of emergency declaration allows the city to provide additional resources for the rally, a request that was made by the chief operating officer of Coleman Regional Medical Center, which is experiencing overcrowding amid a spike in coronavirus-related hospitals. Alabama saw 3,890 new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday, with a 7-day moving average of about 3,000 new infections, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's COVID data tracker. Anyway, so notably, right, you see how they have these huge concerts and nobody gives a shit. Nobody's calling, I'm sure you guys saw that, was it Lollapalooza or something like this that just happened recently with like tens of thousands of people all like mosh pitting together, and that's fine. Nobody's calling like a state of emergency for that, but I tell you what, you get a Trump rally together and holy shit, it's time to call state of emergency, time to write the smear articles, time to do all the things, right? Time to start calling people racist. It's exhausting. This stuff again, right? They can't let it go. They can't let it go. Yeah. So anyway, we're finished here. Just pointing out again the way the politics works back and forth. And yeah. But we're done. We're done for the evening, for the afternoon. Happy Friday, guys. Like I said, thank you all for all the support, all the great chat, all the thoughtful calls. Thank you for supporting this channel, the Twitch channel. Thank you for supporting the Patreon. Thank you all. Like I said, if you want to help the show and you don't like, coming out of pocket, say, look, this is you. Let's say this is you. You're like, all right, I really like this show. I really like what Mike and the gang of people that get together are doing here, and I want to support the show, but I don't want to come out of pocket. Things are tight, and you have some time and you want to actually support the show, you can just fire up the podcast feed and listen to some podcasts. I'm sure there's a ton of shows that you probably haven't heard. They're nice, formatted very, very neatly with bumper music and the whole radio stuff, so check that out. If you listen to the podcast, I get a few cents, and the more of that happens, well, there you go. There's a way you can support the show without actually being part of sending over some money, which I don't, it's not a requirement. I do this because, well, somebody needs to do this, is what this is about. So, but if you do want to support the show, it does help. And there you go. Listen to the podcast feed. You can find the podcast on iTunes or anywhere else you listen to your podcast, and just do some of that. There you go. See, James has it right. He says, I've started that every day now. I'm getting ready to sleep. I put on a couple of episodes and listen to them as he passes out. See, there you go. The little things like that, they help. You get a community together and you start pointing in the right direction, and you can help out that way as well. So like I said, thank you so much for caring. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I know I'm a son of a gun, meaning that I put out a ton of content. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with me, and that's good. That's a good thing, because the things we talk about are important things. There you go. You guys and your weirdo weirdo-ness in the chat. But anyway, so point being, that's one thing. The other thing is Rockfin. Rockfin is coming. So if you guys don't know what that is, there's an app. You can get a Rockfin app. I'm going to put that right here in the chat. Let's see, and go check out the Rockfin channel, bookmark it, and here you go. Here you go. There you go. So thanks again to Robert for sending the fantastic Rockfin email that got me into this. This is basically Rockfin is a way that sort of merges YouTube and Patreon together. You can there's going to be free stuff up there, but there's also going to be like stuff that you have to pay for, meaning that for $10 a month on Rockfin, you get access to everything that's there, all the paid stuff. So meaning there's Sam Tripoli's there, Charlie Robinson from Macroaggressions, Abby Martin is there from Empire Files, what's his name, Michael Tracy, the journalist, the roving journalist. There's a ton of people, notable people up there already, and so if you pay the $10 a month to Rockfin, clearly once I'm into that network, I get a little bit of that money as it comes, which is good, but then also you get an unbelievable amount of access to the posts. Robert can actually vouch for that, Quint67 in the chat. He's a subscriber to Rockfin, and there's a ton of amazing content there. So just another way to support the show and get a ton of awesome content back to you guys as well. So like I said, you have a hard time keeping up with me, wait till you get into that network and see what's going on there. There's a ton of stuff. Jimmy Dore is there, lots of folks. There you go. See, exactly. Jim Quint67, Robert says even Jimmy Dore pitched a 10 on Rockfin. Like I said, Jimmy Dore, tons of people, lots of folks you've heard of, and it's because they've run them off of YouTube. And so one of the important things about Rockfin itself is it's a free speech platform. And so there it is. Good stuff. So if we're going to do like live streams or something and we can't say that stuff on YouTube, we now have a place to say them, as well as Fringe FM. They don't censor us there. We can do whatever the hell we want. But then another one's going to be Rockfin. So there you go. So maybe the world is changing, and it's changing for the better. So do check that out. I linked it right there, rockfin.com/troubled minds. And it's as soon as they open the account for business, which is happening any minute, we will we'll maybe do a test stream this weekend. So follow that Troubled Minds, rockfin.com/troubled minds. Go ahead and give it a follow right now. It's free. You don't have to pay. It's the content will be free as well, and there's tons of free content there that you can find as well. But follow it now so you don't miss anything. As you know, if you haven't followed the Discord, please do that, because that's how you'll know we're going live on Rockfin or anywhere else. So troubledminds.org, click the Discord link, and there we go. And we're done. We're finished. So since we're done, like I said, happy Friday. Thanks again for spending all your time with us, and let's do this. Let's play the outro and say thank you to all the folks who have subbed up to this channel, who supported this channel, who've been instrumental in making this channel go and this entire project go. And I want to say thank you to all these folks. So let's start it, and let's do it, and let's finish this up. Thanks again, everybody out there, and especially these folks that have again put some scratch forward to make this dream happen. All right, let's go. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's start here. We've got Twitch subs. Thank you to AJ Dare, good friend of mine. Thank you, AJ, if you're out there listening. Alien Nichan. We got Bailey, Gibby 21888, Dark Devious, 40s AM, Johnson. We got Jay Up, Jay from Binghamton, Large Marge, Noble Kal-El, Not the Golf Channel, Quint67, The Mighty Rohan, Stinky Carnival, Superbike, Satan Claus, and also to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to Alien Nichan, Axel Steele, Cole, Dark Devious, Dwayne Dibley, Jay Up, Johnson, Matt's Owl, Penny, and of course, James, Salcedo Media. Check out James's podcast, Salcedo Paranormal. There you go. As simple as that. If you guys want to help and support the show, that's the way to do it. Check out Rockfin. We're going to start doing some stuff on Rockfin and experimenting with that. And again, like I said, at this point, what are you still doing here? This show is over, guys. This show is over. Thanks again. Have a fantastic weekend. Happy Friday. Take care of yourself so you can take care of other people. We'll see you Monday, guys. Unless we do a Rockfin stream. So start following Rockfin. Rockfin.com/troubled minds. All right. right. Have a good one. Catch you guys later.